Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Thursday afternoon, April 3rd. We are looking at window traders, market profile of the SNNQ. So, hopefully you watched this morning's video. We said how important balance rules are. Well, we certainly did step 3 or rule 3 of balance when we went through it and didn't look back. And man, oh man, if you were long, this is what you were. There was nothing, nowhere telling you to look for a long. If you did, now, here's a couple of things. We didn't go trend today. Let me rephrase that. We didn't hold trend today. We tried to go trend down, but didn't. So with a range of the magnitude that we had, which was $11 in ES, and the volume's the heaviest, we didn't get we didn't get a trend day. What we got was a 9-wide point of control, believe it or not, in ES and in NQ. The large gaps above us held. Yeah, the market tried to rally at different times, but those rallies should have been used for one thing and one thing only, to look for shorts. Now, I missed 2 hours. I went out to lunch between 12 and about 2. But if you were buying in F and G up there instead of looking for the short, that's what happened to you long. There is absolutely the MG. This turned out to be a textbook B shape, but you know the way sometimes we have a textbook P shape and then we get the unicorn when they spike up? Well, today was the opposite. You got the little peg leg at the bottom because we got a price spike in ES and L and a price probe in M in ES, N, and Q. So again, this is what I was telling my room all day.
Don't buy.
Look for opportunities to short any rally. Any rally was a short. We're down 5%, 6% in righty, 5%, 5.5 NQ, 5% in ES. What are you looking for longs for? Now, I know there was a lot of two-sided trade, which I always bring up. But there was not one time I was looking for a long. I was using any of those opportunities on rallies to look for shorts, whether it was against the 144, against half back, against the opening, against the overnight low. I mean, the Bears had everything today. The only thing they didn't have was a trend day. So if anybody in my room lost money on a long, and hopefully they didn't, because I think we kept a lot of people out of trouble and got people into even shorting it. I had people in my room asking me after K period, well, maybe we get a short covering rally here. I said, you had your short covering rally in F and G. NQ even tried to go higher in K&L a little bit. Absolutely failed. ES never stopped one time framing down after their afternoon rally high. So looking for longs gave you
the house of pain.
So again, as far as going over, well, let's first go over. Here's righty. It's a beautiful B shape, and they did not probe. ES and NQ did. So they have a beautiful B shape. That is textbook. They didn't hold trend. They have an afternoon rally high in G. They didn't even get 9 wide. So that's what they have, with some really nice excess and the gap above. Their gap isn't that large. NQ goes out. 9 wide, afternoon rally high in G, and a price probe. Remember, these are yearly lows right now. So if we make new lows in the overnight, the yearly low will be in the overnight. Our monthly high is in the maintenance session from today. Last night. I will carry that forward. Okay, even though it's the maintenance. That's important to me. If we made an all-time high in the maintenance session, would you carry it forward? So I'm really surprised when people say they would. They don't look at the maintenance session as valid reference points. ES ends with a 9-wide POC, afternoon rally high, a price spike below D, and a price probe below L. The lower we go, the more you're going to get some fund managers very nervous. right? They gave back all of 2025, and now they've given back 3 months of 2024. The 200-day moving average for now is completely lost. That was up for grabs, and I think that's why a lot of money was on the sidelines. Now, is this long-term money selling it? I'm still not convinced because it's too orderly. We didn't have trend, and the volume, even though it was our best of the year, it's 123 million. We'll see if we get more follow-through. We were still pretty mechanical at visual levels. Long-term money won't stop at that. They'll blow through it. So I'm still not convinced a lot of this is long-term money yet. They start getting those phone calls, though, the herd mentality can start. Okay? I'm not going over my trades. Like I said, I missed for 2 hours between F and I. I was short B, C, and D, and I was short K and L. I didn't short M, but I shorted K and L. So, it was a really good day overall. And the only thing I missed when I was out to lunch was the rally high. But I will tell you this, it wasn't an easy afternoon rally high because we both got above the opening and got into, in ES's case, they got into the sell tail. Now, again, I guess you could have used the overnight halfback as a short. In NQ's case, you had the overnight halfback and B's high before you got into the sell tail. But it wasn't a real easy one. But I definitely would have shorted it. There's no way I would have looked for longs. No way. And being down 4 or 5%, even when we rallied, if we had even thought about taking out the IB high, I would have shorted the heck out of it up there if I had been here. But we never did that. So again, that's understand the market, the context of it, and what's going on. I can't keep asking you to join the trading room. This is live streamed for free for you guys and gals while we're breaking down this market all day. So I don't know, short of forcing you in here or lining you up and taking shots at you to say you got to come in. I don't know what else to do to tell you to come join this trading room. Okay? Ask anybody in my trading room how calm we keep it. I can't imagine the screaming and yelling going on in the majority of trading rooms. Can't believe it. We couldn't have been more calm. By the way, I did not take a trade in A period. Why? Because I didn't see one. I was ready to short the overnight POC in NQ and or ES. Never got there. But I can tell you one thing. I shorted A's to get A's low. I shorted to get B's low. I shorted all the ebb and flows. I shorted to get the overnight low. And again, I didn't even take my 5 lots. I was taking 2 lots on these things because the market was moving so much. You were getting paid the same. So, again, I urge you all to check this room out and see what we're all about. As far as the charts go, again, tomorrow night we will recap all of these charts from top to bottom. I want to show you one more thing before I get to those. Look how visual this is. This was our balance, right? And again, it bears repeating because when people say, gap rules apply and this applies, no. The one thing you need to understand and learn how to trade is balance. We stretched the balance high in ES today. Failed, blew through the balance low. NQ got close to the balance high yesterday, blew through the balance low. So, that's as visual as it gets. We can't paint a nicer picture than that. All right? Now let's get... I'm just going to do ES for now, okay? Here's the monthly. We're one time framing down 2 months. Our next target on the monthly now inspires 510.27. That's another $25 below us. It's another 5%. Not saying we're going to get there, but that would be your next target. right? We took out the monthly low of September. Now we're looking at August. I'm not saying we're getting there or we'll get there in a straight line. But for now, it's not a healthy chart. Get it? Not healthy. Weekly is down. I don't think that's a right. I want to see something on the daily. I think they have a wrong. Give me 1 second. The weekly high right now is 567.42. Is that right? Oh, it is right. I'm sorry. Okay. So the weekly is also down. Okay. We broke out of a 3-week balance. Remember I told you ES was still balanced on the weekly? Well, we blew out of it today. SPY had already done that. So what's our next destination on the weekly? Well, for me, it would be around the 531 level. And then ultimately, that would be August low, around the 510. Again, I'm not saying we're getting there, but that's what our targets are. First 530 in SPY, and then 510. So we're down. So why are we looking for longs? I wouldn't be. Daily. Broke out of a 4-day balance. Remember we said at some point we should break out of this? If we break out of the 4-day balance to the upside, maybe we have a chance to get over to 200, right? And maybe long-term money says, okay, we put in a bottom, at least for now, and I'm going to be a buyer here. We also said if we come out of this 4-day balance to the downside, it could increase the danger of long-term money selling. Well, that's on the table now. Okay? 123 million today so far. So it's on the table. Do we get panic and have the herd mentality start selling it? If you do, we have a lot more downside to go. I'm not sure. That's why I trade on a daily basis. Just telling you on both. I'd like to give both sides of the market. Okay, I'll never tell you, we're going here or we're going there. No, I tell you where I think we can go on the downside, which we just did, and where we can go to on the upside if we had gone higher. This is a very visual level. That is August low from is that August? Yep, that's August low from last year. That's the 510 level in SPY. It's $26 away. Are we going to get down there? Possibly. Don't forget, that was also the level where both IWM and triple Qs got below the 200 briefly last year, whereas we never did. So, you know what? I know it's long, but I love looking at this. I want to show you something. A lot of people ask me, why do I look at IWM when I don't trade it? Because IWM is a great barometer. Remember when we made the all-time high and we beat this to death back in 2021, and then we rolled over. I said it's kind of similar this year when we made the all-time high in November. November of 21, November of 24. Now, December wasn't as bad. December went down in 2021, but it was an inside month in 2024. But it still gave us a little heads up that there was trouble brewing possibly. And then January went down. January had an outside month down in 2022. January almost had, November. February almost had an outside month down. So not quite exact, but very similar. And then look what happened. So remember, they were the first ones to blow through the 200. They were the first ones on the monthly to say there's some issues. That's why I look at them. Okay? And if we ever get back closer to this 173.39 level, you're going to hear me talk about that a lot. And that's still a ways away. It's another 10% away. So I'm not saying we're getting there. But if we do, we will be discussing it. I can tell you that much. Hope you had a good day trading and you stayed safe. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to this channel. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.